A defendant in a negligence case may be able to provide a defence, which means that the defendant decreases or escapes any liability. The plaintiff had the onus of proving each of the elements of negligence: duty of care, breach of duty, and damages. Now the defendant has the onus of proving one of the defences mentioned below. The two most common defences used by a defendant in a negligence case are contributory negligence and voluntary assumption of risk. Contributory negligence. In this defence, the defendant argues that the plaintiff has contributed to his or her injuries by not taking reasonable care in the situation. For example, in our earlier banana peel case, the defendant may argue that the person who slipped on the banana peel contributed to his own injuries because he was looking at his mobile phone while walking instead of watching the ground for possible hazards. If a court accepts this defence, it reduces the damages to which the plaintiff is entitled. If the plaintiff is found to be 30% responsible for his or her own injuries, then the damages awarded to the plaintiff will be reduced by 30%. So the court might decide that the total damages suffered are valued at $100,000. However, the plaintiff was found to be 30% responsible for his or her own injuries, so the damages paid is reduced by 30%. The plaintiff will receive $70,000 instead of $100,000. The court can actually reduce the damages paid by 100% if it considers this a just outcome. So this defence can be a partial defence, where the plaintiff receives less damages than would otherwise be the case, or a complete defence, where the plaintiff receives no compensation at all. The second defence, voluntary assumption of the risk, is also a complete defence. In this defence, the defendant argues that the plaintiff voluntarily accepted the risks involved in the activity, and therefore the defendant is freed from responsibility for the plaintiff's injuries. This defence is also called valenti non fit injuria, or just the valenti defence. To prove this defence, the defendant must show that the plaintiff A. knew the facts which made up the danger, and B. submitted freely and willingly to that danger. If an activity is obviously risky, like bungee jumping, rock climbing, or scuba diving, then the law says that the plaintiff is presumed to know that this is a risky activity. The defendant does not have to warn the plaintiff that the activity is risky. So, if you engage in a dangerous recreational activity and are injured, you may find the defendant can successfully use this defence. However, the law also says the plaintiff does not voluntarily accept hidden risks, such as a bungee cord that looks like it is in good condition, but has actually been overused and is ready to snap. Now check your understanding of the negligence defences by completing Negligence Quiz 5.